5 vehicles stolen in just 2 days. Tonight, we're hearing from a carjacking victim as the suspect remains in the hospital.
Still mostly cloudy across West Michigan. Most of the rain, though, over with, at least for a couple days. We'll time out when we could see some breaks in the clouds.
Plus, tourist season is off to a wet and cool start. Tonight, how beach towns are dealing with this year's weather.
Live, local, breaking news. You're watching News Channel 3, live at 11.
He just grabbed it out and was running with it at me, so I ran to my car hoping I could make a clean getaway.
Multiple victims were held at gunpoint by a carjacking suspect. The man captured today following a deputy-involved shooting. Good evening, I'm Callie Rainey. Deputies say that suspect stole as many as 5 vehicles over 2 days until he was caught. News Channel 3's Mike Krasik joins us live in the newsroom with what a witness has to say. Mike.
Well, Callie, the victim encountered this suspect in the midst of a cross-county crime spree, which all started when the 22-year-old suspect stole numerous vehicles and crashed them, but then things took a violent turn. Jennifer Laponzi just wanted to help.
You're trying to do the right thing.
When she saw this white Corvette in a ditch off M40 in Allegan County on her drive to work this morning.
It was smoking, so I pulled over to see if everybody was okay.
Deputies say the man inside the car was armed with an AR-15.
He came out of the vehicle with an AR, and he said, "I'm okay, it's my vehicle, but I'm going to steal your car."
A few heart-pounding moments later.
I panicked and I ran back to my car, and he chased me to my car with the gun in his hand, and I ran to my car thinking I could get in there and he wouldn't be able to shoot me, obviously.
The suspect didn't shoot Laponzi, but made off with her Chevy Cruze. Deputies say the night before, the same suspect stole 3 other vehicles in Allegan County, including that white Corvette.
Repeatedly, he'd been crashing the vehicles and then getting out and getting other ones. We see stolen cars, but, we don't see something like this.
Hours after this morning's carjacking, deputies say the suspect appeared 15 miles away, holding people at gunpoint in a home north of Fenville.
A homeowner actually engaged in gunfire with the suspect. They had shot at each other.
When the suspect was leaving the home to steal the victim's vehicle, deputies confronted him.
Deputies ended up engaging in gunfire with him, and he was shot and struck and then transported to the hospital.
The man is expected to survive. Police say his motive unclear.
I think he was running from something. So he must have done something bad.
Sheriff Frank Baker says the suspect was shot in the leg but is expected to be charged once he's out of the hospital. Now, Michigan State Police is investigating the actions of the 2 deputies involved in the shooting, both placed on leave, which is standard procedure in these situations. Live in the newsroom, Mike Krasik, News Channel 3.
Here's a live look through our Peregrine Tower camera. A chilly night in downtown Kalamazoo. Meteorologist Will Haney joins us now live in Severe Weather Center 3. Will the clouds stick around for the week, Will?
Well, Callie, I think we're going to have some days mixed in there with some sunshine, but certainly this cooler than average pattern and a little bit more cloudy and wet pattern as well looks to linger at least for much of the work week. Marshall right now showing that similar low-lying cloud cover that we just saw there in Kalamazoo. So we look at our current temperatures across West Michigan, 62 in Kalamazoo, 60 in South Haven. And just to put it all in perspective, those clouds, I'm looking at this right now, just 500 feet off the surface of the earth along and south of I-94. That's why they just seem like you can practically touch them. Live Doppler radar showing some drizzle still working its way through parts of Branch County, although that is the only location still reporting that. In the next 24 hours, we have a very weak disturbance sliding through to our south. Most of its associated precipitation will stay down there, but we can't rule out a few isolated showers both overnight and even into tomorrow. So the next 3 days, the cloud cover, the cooler temperatures sticking around for Monday. Some peaks of sunshine, though, late in the day. How long that lasts, we'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
All right, well, like you said, more rain is on the way to West Michigan. We wanted to know the weather's impact on beach towns, so I went to South Haven to find out. Spring 2019 is off to a much cooler and wetter start.
It's way too cold. Way too cold. I like the heat and humidity better.
The Dykemas moved from Michigan to Florida a few years ago.
A couple of pieces of family left up here yet in Michigan there, and we have a granddaughter getting married over in Jackson this weekend.
John says it's been about 5 years since our last trip to South Haven.
Hasn't changed a whole lot since last time we were here.
He says it was warmer and sunnier last time. The Dykemas say they didn't pack warm enough this trip.
This is the heaviest we've got. No. but it's okay.
Thankfully, they're visiting a town with plenty of shops.
So we just have people in here all the time shopping for themselves or their dog or their family stuff.
Roxanne Leader owns Decadent Dogs. She says this spring's weather is great for checking out the businesses in beach towns.
Maybe right now they're doing their shopping and going out to eat, and when that sun comes out, they'll be busy down at the beach.
Leader says she hasn't heard too many customers complain about the weather.
It's still a great time. The temperature is comfortable, and you don't have to feel too hot or too cold. It's actually perfect weather right now.
Both Leader and the Dykema say they do hope summer weather will arrive soon, though.
Our very busiest months are July and August, so we are hoping for sun in July and August.
Next time we come up there, though, I hope it's just a little bit warmer, but we only come up on July and August.
The first official day of summer is this Friday. A retired Michigan State Trooper is now laid to rest. Michael White spent 28 years with MSP. First responders from about a dozen agencies attended the funeral in Mount Pleasant. People who attended say it was a fitting tribute.
It was an amazing, but his sense of community and bringing people together, you just don't find that these days. And you can see by a full auditorium, he just was an amazing man.
He was a good example. He was a good professional, and he represented what good law enforcement needs to be.
White was also a chaplain for Central Michigan University's football team. A woman from West Michigan is behind bars in Florida. Police are accusing her of trying to crush a nest of sea turtle eggs. Police say she was in Miami at a designated sea turtle nest area. Officers say the 41-year-old used a stake to jab the eggs. Police say she also walked on them. Florida wildlife officials determined none of the eggs were damaged. Running a business is never easy. Students at Albion College are getting first-hand experience. Their biggest lesson is learning communication. For that, they're taking the classroom outside.
Horses are not humans, but they can present students with the same challenges that they're going to encounter with human coworkers.
Here, students learn the lessons with the help of horses. Their first lesson is leadership, guiding the horse from point A to point B. Organizers say it's a way to teach leading through action. They hope to bring out more students and even staff to learn that lesson. A West Michigan church is working to make sure families get the baby supplies they need. Tonight, we're learning how much they've been able to raise. St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Kalamazoo is hosting a diaper drive. Here's how much organizers tell us they've collected. Over 8,000 diapers, more than 5,000 wipes, and more than $1,000. The church started collecting supplies on Mother's Day. West Michigan first responders are working to help comfort children caught in an emergency. They hope to make them feel less afraid. They say with the community's help, they can reach their goal. They say Cuddle Bear and a matching book can help calm kids down. Right now, Pride Care Ambulance is fundraising to purchase these bears. So far, they have reached about $930. Their goal is $2,500.
I think it can be hugely comforting because it kind of takes their mind away from if they have any pain or if like their mom or dad is sick, then they have that bear that they can hold and focus on and give hugs to and love to.
We have a link to donate online in this story. You can also donate in person. You just head to Pride Care's Portage office on Meredith Street. Well, it's a special day for all the dads you know. How people in West Michigan are celebrating.
They call the games your child.
Tonight, Kalamazoo College graduates are celebrating. The day was especially important for one student. Joanna Darling got the Kalamazoo promise to attend K College. The psychology major is only one of a few students. She was born in Kalamazoo but moved away when she was young. Her family moved back to West Michigan specifically because of the promise. She tells us before she didn't think college was in her future.
I never thought I could go to college. It was just something that maybe wasn't in like my future, but then moving back to KPS and going to Learn Norix and graduating with the Kalamazoo Promise, I actually had the opportunity to go to college, and it was absolutely amazing.
Darling says she plans on going to grad school. She wants to get a PhD in clinical psychology. Hundreds of families visited historic Charlton Park in Hastings. It's the largest one-day car show in Michigan. It's been going strong for 38 years. The event featured music, food, and vintage cars. For some, it's even an annual Father's Day tradition. And speaking of Father's Day, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Woohoo! All weekend long, you've been sending us pictures of all the dads in your life. And here are just a few of those pictures you've sent us.
Amanda Stone, she said they spent the day in Mackinac Island, which
Great
is pretty
day
cool.
for it.
And this is from Jen Tessler, and enjoying a Long Island iced tea at the campsite, apparently.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
kind of nice.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure Dad's liking that
Bottoms
Long Island.
up.
Yeah, and then James, this looks like this is your little collage someone put together.
It's great.
So, wow, a lot of effort went into that one. And look at this, Callie.
The Banana Mobile.
Pretty famous.
Where are they at? What is this, Twisters? I'll have to check that out. I bet they have good custard.
That's over, I think, on the northeast part of town.
All right, well,
I think.
let me know what kind of things you like there. I'm going to have to check it out.
Yes.
I have to bring some dads whenever they visit.
That's a good ride for Father's Day, we must say.
Absolutely is. Well, if you want to show us how you're celebrating Dad's Day, just head to our website to chime in with your pictures. A video showing a confrontation with police and a father sparking backlash. Tonight, the Phoenix police chief is speaking out.
The rule of three states.
Tonight, we're hearing from U.S. leaders about what could be next in the Middle East. The Secretary of State says the U.S. is considering a full range of options. This comes as tensions with Iran continue to rise. Mike Pompeo also points the finger squarely at Iran for attacking 2 tankers.
These were attacks by the Islamic Republic of Iran on commercial shipping on the freedom of navigation with a clear intent to deny transit through the strait. This was on the Gulf of Oman side of the Strait of Hormuz. There's no doubt the intelligence community has lots of data, lots of evidence.
Pompeo says President Trump doesn't want to go to war. Iran has denied the attacks. The mayor of Phoenix is apologizing. New video shows a controversial confrontation. It was between the city's police and a young family. Jonathan Vigliotti explains what led to this situation.
Get out the car! Get out the car right now!
Cell phone video captured the chaos, as Phoenix police officers at times sounded like hitmen. Inside this SUV, Drayvon Ames and his pregnant fiancée, Aisha Harper, along with her 2 young children.
He needs to slow down, and those kids is right there.
The woman behind this cell phone video asking to take the kids.
Excuse me? Can I get the kids?
The crime that sparked it all? A doll allegedly taken by one of the children from a nearby Family Dollar store. Police say a pack of underwear was also shoplifted. It happened on May 27th. On Twitter, Phoenix's mayor said the police response was beyond upsetting.
I'm disappointed. I'm sorry. I apologize to the family.
Under growing scrutiny, the Phoenix police chief responded today.
This is not the type of behavior you should see from a Phoenix police officer.
The children were eventually handed over to that Good Samaritan and later returned to their mother, who, along with her fiance, was released from police custody. The store manager declining to prosecute. The officers have been placed on desk duty pending an investigation. The family now suing the city for $10 million. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News, Los Angeles.
There's a group of people who help feed those in need in Michigan. Now they're expanding their mission. The group feeds people in Flint every Saturday. Now they're expanding to help people in Dayton, Ohio. A string of tornadoes ripped through Dayton last month. They're heading there to bring food and water to those in need.
So again, this isn't just about helping Dayton or just helping Flint. You know, this is just to spread awareness to everybody that we can all use help, and you can come be part of something really great.
Organizers say despite lack of items, they're seeing an increase in people lining up for food. Parts of Indiana are cleaning up tonight. Severe weather hit part of the state yesterday. The National Weather Service confirms 2 tornadoes touched down. The tornadoes downed trees and power lines. They also damaged homes. No injuries have been reported, Will.
Yeah, lots of tornadoes reported yesterday across the entire United States, about 22 in total last I checked. Holland, right now, the streets dry, but the sky's very overcast. This cloud cover that we've had all weekend long, not really going anywhere, at least in the next 12 hours or so. I'd say another 24 hours. Might be seeing some breaks in that cloud cover. You notice those warmer temperatures farther to the south, the kind of sparking a lot of thunderstorm activity down there tonight. As far as the mitten, though, is concerned, we've just had some light rain for the most part in the last few hours. Some drizzle reports, I should say. And it's a boundary that's separating those cooler than average temperatures between the more typical kind of summer-like air farther to the south. That guy, that little low pressure center, is going to ride along that boundary. Most of the energy associated with it, though, does stay to our south as we get into the overnight hours. Live Doppler radar has quieted down considerably from earlier in the day, where most of us picked up between about 1/10 of an inch and 2/10 of an inch. Keep in mind, we are pacing a little bit ahead of schedule in terms of the month of June so far. Still some drizzle reports coming out of places like Branch County down towards Coldwater. It is also confirmed by our visibility reports, just a little lower down there, likely indicating those cloud bases are sagging a little bit farther closer to the ground. And also, again, kind of some drizzle or mist, lowering visibility just slightly. Hour by hour, though, keeps mostly just cloud cover around for the overnight hours. Our temperatures fall into the upper 50s overnight, so it is still a little bit muggy, but you could probably crack those windows. I know I have the last couple nights. We start off tomorrow completely blanketed in cloud cover, but mostly dry. We could see some showers just off and on, but most of those very, very isolated tomorrow, and I don't think nearly as substantial as they were today. So we're only highlighting about a 20% chance of rain. 74 by around, I think, 6 o'clock, and by the later afternoon and evening tomorrow, that's when our next best shot of any peaks of sunshine is really, as far as the rain chances, as mentioned, very, very low. I still want you to just pay attention to the radar if you're trying to mow that lawn, although I think any sort of lawn mowing, especially by the afternoon, should be pretty good. And then by Tuesday, we're mostly dry, upper 70s, and some even sunshine in there. We'll look forward to that, but rain returns for the midweek. This is our hour-by-hour extended model snapshot of 4 p.m. on Wednesday. Notice those darker greens, the yellows even starting to work their way in from the south. That's into Thursday morning. So some heavier rounds of rain possible overnight Wednesday and into Thursday. That round, some models kind of indicating a heavier round, but it has been very back and forth in terms of the data that we've been looking at. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, as far as the warmer temperatures, they don't look to really return until likely next weekend. Notice this big old ridge, that kind of mountain-esque shape to the upper air pattern. Those oranges really lifting in as we look into next weekend. That indicating a much thicker atmosphere, warmer air expands. So the thicker the atmosphere, the warmer the air, and that's kind of what that's looking at. 59 right now in Grand Rapids. Actually seeing the rain icon. Let's check out our live eye camera. Can't really make out much precipitation. Definitely see that low cloud base. That's what we're all seeing. It's kind of cool. You can see the reflection of some of the city lights in those clouds. But there could be some very light rain actually reported right now at Grand Rapids. 58 overnight tonight. So our lows again dip into the upper 50s for tomorrow. A little bit warmer than we were today because I think we'll stay a little bit more dry. The wind will be almost non-existent, so not much to factor in at the lakeshore. 0 to 1 footers, 51 to 57, though those water temperatures still lagging behind average and well behind where they were at this time last year. I'm not exactly sure on an exact number, but I know when I checked, it was running about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than we were at this time last year, just a few days ago. So big change. And you keep in mind, last year we wrapped up May with several 90-degree days. We haven't seen one of those yet. We've only had a few days in the 80s, and we look like we get an 80-degree run as we look at next weekend.
Wow, I am really looking forward to some 80s. I'm not gonna lie.
You love summer.
I do.
I'm just craving, like you ran that story in South Haven. I just can't wait for the warmth, going to some of those beach towns for sure.
Yes, absolutely. And don't forget, for now, you can go shopping.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thanks, Will. Well, Brooke Henderson takes the title at the Meyer LPGA Classic. Why this win was even more important for her.
Hi, everybody. The Meyer LPGA Classic is an event that every year seems to take on much more meaning than just a golf tournament. And this year, no different, as the event raised more than $1 million for Simply Give. But the action itself had enough intrigue to dominate headlines. Brooke Henderson, Lexi Thompson, two of the biggest names in women's golf, and putting on a show. Henderson looking for her second title in Belmont, and it would be a wire-to-wire win if she could get it. But the field would make it interesting. This is Thompson on 18. Was a winner last weekend. She equaled the course record yesterday. So you know she was feeling good, and it showed. That is a green under regulation. It was her second on the par 5. Sets up a juicy look for Eagle. Working that claw grip, doesn't miss it. That pulled her within 1. How about Nasa Hataoka? Came into the day 13 back. She too with an eagle try on 18. From a different zip code. Bottoms as well for her. We got a 4-way tie at 20 under par. but Henderson was at 21. Just a tap in to secure her second Meyer LPGA Classic. 21 under for the championship. A hug for her sister and caddy Brittany. And the Canadian says the win on this day means even more.
It's really special. You know, I'm so happy that both my mom and my dad could be out here to watch my sister and I win this. It's always special when they're here, especially on Father's Day, and especially to get my 9th win on the LPGA Tour. That's pretty cool. So to have that celebration on 18, surrounded by family, friends, and incredible fans that were out here all week is really awesome.
Father's Day at the U.S. Open, wonderful day to check out Pebble Beach with the kids, and you saw some masterful work from Gary Woodland. That's on 17. He is chipping from the green. Had to go over the hill. Oh, that's exquisite. He'd make the par. That was really the shot that sealed the deal, provided he did not put it in the water with his tee shot on 18. Instead, he had a birdie putt. Woodland had 3 to make it from there. Why not just make it in 1? And a major championship, Gary Woodland, a winner at the United States Open. Finishing second was Brooks Koepka at the 3rd major of the year. Tigers and Tribes series finale from Comerica Park. Cleveland outscored Detroit 116-47 last year. That is not good. Today, not great either. That's in the first. Jason Kipnis, a double the other way. Trading places with Carlos Santana. He just goes easily into second as Santana scores. It's 2-0 Indians. Kipnis trotting there. He was really trotting here in the 3rd. Same score, Kipnis not playable. Over the right field wall, 2-run shot made it 4-0 Indians, and they just kept pouring it on. This is in the 4th. Oscar Mercado, don't know the name, should. I had 4 RBI in the game. He was 3 for 4. 7 hits in the series. A series dominated by the Tribe. They closed the sweep with a shutout, 8-0 win. In the Northwoods League, the day not much better for the Growlers or Bombers. Kalamazoo falls on the road at Kokomo 4-3. Battle Creek a loser at home to Kenosha 3-2. But on the national stage, the American women, a winner at the Women's World Cup. They beat Chile 3-0. Carly Lloyd, 2 goals for Team USA.
All right, some good news there.
Yep.
Not so great news for any baseball around here.
That's right.
All right, thanks so much. We'll last look at the forecast after the break.
The rule of 3 states.
All right, so some seriously low clouds out there. I don't think we'll see as much fog overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. We do have that potential, though, for just a few isolated showers. Mostly cloudy tomorrow with some peaks of sunshine late. I think more sunshine in the picture for Tuesday. For Thursday into Wednesday, possibly some rain, thunderstorms, a little bit more widespread. Warming up, finally, I think, a little bit late in the week and next weekend.
7s and 8s.
Fingers crossed.
No, 8s, finally.
Yeah, keep those up. All right, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great week.